Hey guys, it is Nick here with another Nick's Topics Dragon Ball What If topic video for today. And today we are getting into part 5 of my first Dragon Ball What If topic here on the channel, and that is, what if Hercule was a Z fighter? Or basically, what if he was much more relevant in the world of Dragon Ball than he was before? Now, he did help against Boo, and I do give him credit for that, but in the long term, he really didn't do much. So, in this story, I have him doing a lot, being best friends with Goku for life, and getting a lot stronger too, perfecting a lot of his old trademark moves that he would later demonstrate on Cell and against people like 18 and stuff like that. After meeting Goku and going on the adventure for the Dragon Balls, he would master the Dynamite Kick, his Rolling Hercule Punch, later using the Ultra Megaton Punch and perfecting that, and after the scuffle with Yamcha the Desert Bandit in the desert for the first time, he would then pick up Yamcha's trademark Wolf Fang Fist and even use it to a better advantage than Yamcha. But he never resorted to energy blasts, even when he was trained by Master Roshi. But when Kid Goku and himself fought against the likes of General Black, that is when Hercule realized that simple combat won't cut it. It's not always going to win a fight. And his ego isn't overinflated in this story. So, he asks his now fond friend Goku to teach him the Kamehameha, since he was able to use it the first time he saw Roshi use it. And he gets to learn about that. Just in time for Fortune Teller Baba's saga to come along, and the start of the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament, and where we pick up our story today. Now, this also means the start of the Tien Shenhan saga, which will go somewhat differently than the original. For one thing, everyone, including Hercule, since he's there too now, knows the identity of Jackie Chun. And also, because of Hercule's great progress, he makes it past the preliminaries, advancing on to the actual tournament itself. Now, in the last episode, I stated that Hercule and Miguel, the famous singer who we would later meet and have Videl in the original series, whenever I said last episode they're going to meet and actually have more than just Hercule paying a glance at her, I'll explain more on that near the end. But we get on to the tournament, and the first match being Yamcha and Tien Shenhan. Now, this fight goes similarly to how it played out in the anime, albeit with an exception. Yamcha is noticeably stronger here, giving Tien a much harder fight than he would have anticipated from the likes of this guy. So, with the fight going on a lot more desperately, Tien doesn't have to use the Tri-Beam, but he does have to get serious. Now, with the energy he would have exerted from this now stronger Yamcha, that makes me wonder if whether or not he would still break Yamcha's leg, or have the strength to. I'm going to say, with Yamcha's increased strength, that he does not break the leg, but he still loses. Yamcha still loses. Anyway, we get on to the next match, being Jackie Chun and Manwolf. And not really much would change there. That would be the exact same match. Then we get on to the fight between Krillin and Chaozu. And just like Yamcha, with Krillin's increased power from training and Hercule being there, Krillin defeats Chaozu a lot more easily this time around. Then we get on to the fight with Kid, Goku, and Panput at the end of the first round, and that pretty much goes down per normal. Kid Goku defeats Panput like the same exact way. Then the next match is with Tien Now hold on a second. You guys might be wondering why I'm already going on to the next round. It's because putting in another fighter for Hercule to be in the tournament wouldn't really make sense. So, I'm going to make Hercule step in to the second round. Now, I know that would be kind of weird for the tournament, but I feel like if it was an odd number of fighters, that they would make it work. So, Hercule does not get to fight until the second round, but he's okay with that. He's going to fight the likes of Tien Shenhan, and this time, wearing his trademark cape for the very first time. Now, he hasn't won any tournaments, but he decided to pick up the cape as a sort of, I don't know, status to like, he's becoming the strongest. Now, besides the Wolf Fang Fist, which is easy to counter since Tien knows the move from Yamcha, all of Hercule's moves are throwing Tien for a loop. He's like, he can hold his own, but with his fight with Yamcha, he has to get like serious almost right off the bat. So, when all else fails, Tien has to bust out his Solar Flare technique, which blinds Hercule, and Tien is able to knock him out. Albeit, he is very beaten up at this point. Like, Yamcha gave him a somewhat decent fight. Not enough to beat him, like, a lot. Hercule's now, like, Tien's, like, now half beaten up. So, anyway, Hercule is okay with this. He at least got to fight in the tournament, for one thing. And for two, he gets to go and meet Miguel. This time he's actually going to meet her. Now, like I said, I'll explain more on that later. Now, we get to the next match, which would be Krillin and Jackie Chun again. Albeit, Krillin is a lot stronger this time. Now, he isn't able to warrant Jackie Chun's full attention, like get him like super serious, but he is able to give him a somewhat decent fight. But in the end, Krillin loses. Now, then we have Kid Goku and Tien. Now, this fight would play out like pretty much the same way that it did in the anime, except that Tien has exerted like a lot more strength this time around. So he actually uses the Tri-Beam a bit sooner in the match. The match isn't even this long this time, but I feel like he would come out on top regardless, with the whole truck incident and everything. Then we get on to the final match, which would be Tien and Jackie Chun, which would happen at the end of the tournament instead of the match before. Like I said, the tournament's a little different this time, even with Hercule not in it. Anyway, with Tien pretty much having exerted all of his strength, Jackie Chun just knows this, and I feel like he would either just jump out of the ring for pity, or just knock him out and just be done with it. Either way, the tournament would be over, and Hercule would actually get to talk to Miguel for the first time, and get to know her a little. And Miguel would be interested in hearing all about Hercule's travels, and hearing about his friendship with Goku. She would be a little dazed at the whole energy thing and combat, but she would agree with it. And then Hercule would ask her if she'd like to join them on their quest. But, unfortunately for him, he doesn't get the answer out of her, because they hear two people fighting in another round of the tournament. Krillin and a winged fighter that might cause trouble. And that's where we're going to be leaving things for right now. So, what do you guys think of this episode? Do you like the fact that Hercule's actually going to be meeting Miguel here and getting to know her? What do you think Miguel will say after the threat of King Piccolo comes to pass? Do you think that she'll join and Videl will still be born? What do you think of the tournament results and that Tien basically got whomped by pretty much everyone there? Or just of the what if in general? Leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next part.